like a shark in the water or a graffiti wall. Speaking of which, I saw one in Austin. Segway!
Follow me back like a ride on a train.
But I've been tagged by Studip to complete the YouTube survey 2013, so here we go! What's your biggest fear? On the superficial, shallow level of fears, my biggest fear probably is bugs, especially bees, because I know I've mentioned this in videos prior, but my apartment last year was infested with bees. They had bees in the walls of the apartment complex, and they got into my apartment. In retrospect, looking back on it now, I probably overreacted. It was just like 5 or 6 bees that would be in my apartment at one time. But 5 or 6 bees in a tiny apartment by yourself? That's like cause for mental breakdown, and that's exactly what happened. They were coming in through the light fixtures. That's like a freaking horror movie. How do you not freak out about that? I didn't like bees already, and then that happened, and that just lit the flame of hatred. And so now the flame is eternal, and I want them all to die. Now, on the deep personal levels of fear, I would have to say that my biggest fear is not being good enough. I feel like I have potential, but I don't know if I always rise to it. I guess I underestimate myself in that way, and I'm afraid that I'm not good enough in relationships and friendships, as a sister, as a daughter, as a worker, as a student. I think that I'm not good enough in like everything that I do. So that's probably my biggest fear, is not being good enough for something. Depressing! How did you find out Santa wasn't real? It was Christmas Eve, and we put out brownies this year. So I went down to get some water or something. So my dad was eating the brownies, and I was like, Daddy, those are for Santa! How did you not know those are for Santa? I cannot believe you! My dad was just like, oh, I thought these were for me! And when my mom told me, I remember saying, or at least thinking, yeah, the Tooth Fairy had the same handwriting as you, but she did her E's differently, so I was convinced that they weren't the same person. Like, they had the exact same handwriting on every single thing, except my mom would do like a sideways E for whenever she was the Tooth Fairy. Creative, Mom. Good thinking, but I caught on. And if you've ever been to public school, you know that you find out everything from the bus. You ride the bus with the older kids, so they always like try to corrupt me and tell me these horrible things, and they told me that Santa wasn't real, and I was like, you guys are so dumb. You're not gonna get any presents for Christmas because you're saying that. I was that girl that didn't say bad words, that didn't believe anything that they said. Ultimate truths and everything great was from what my parents had told me, and I didn't like being a bad kid. So the kids on the bus would try to get me to say bad words. They're like, say it, Lizzie, say it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna say it, no. And I never said it. I've never said a bad word in my life ever. What's the best idea you've ever had? Honestly, I think the best idea I've ever had was to start this YouTube channel. I've captured my entire senior year of high school, mostly. I have so many memories and moments that I've captured forever, and they're on the internet, and I can always go back and look at them, and they make me smile. And I love being able to interact with people who watch my videos, and I love the feedback you guys give me, and I love being able to make this connection with people that I don't even know. It spurred my decision to be a film student. The best idea I've ever had is creating Soundproof Liz. What's the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever done? Just one? Well, for one, my mom said this on camera.
Don't touch my bad ass.
And I mean, it was funny, but it was also one of those things like, oh, Mom. And then another thing I remember that my dad has done is that when we went to Disney World this summer, he tripped over a stroller, and I was just like, Dad, watch where you're going, Dad. I'm to the age where, like, honestly, I don't really care anymore. If you were only allowed to pick one career for the rest of your life, what would it be? I would love to maybe be a YouTuber for the rest of my life, but that's so iffy. That's like being an actor. It either happens or it doesn't. I love the thought of directing and writing and cinematographer. Who knows if I'll love that a year from now. These are just things that I've been introduced to and have really taken to. I don't know, maybe working for the Game Show Network. I had to mention them somewhere. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Who would you like to tag next? I'd like to tag Chisholm, because Chisholm hasn't made a video in like literally 4 months, because I looked on your YouTube page yesterday, sir. I would tag Tanner, but Studip and tag Tanner, so whatever. Double tag Tanner. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Oh, I have a second channel. By the way, it's kind of like obscure, and so if you're a hipster, you'll love it. But I'm starting to post just random videos of my everyday life and just stupid things that I don't have to actually work on. So if you want to see more of this, and a little bit of this, and some of this, then you should go over there and subscribe. Whoa, my face looks really weird when I do that.